Let's talk for a moment today about the NIV and nostalgia. Hello, everyone. It has been some time since I have shown a new thrift store Bible acquisition on this channel. And in fact, has been some time since I have found a thrift store Bible on this channel. So I apologize for the irregularity of posts of that nature. But here we see the take home, the find from this past weekend at the Mennonite Central Committee thrift shop. And this is as you can see in very large lettering, New International Version, New Testament in a hardcover. Wouldn't be normally very exciting to me or entice me to bring it home. But one, I consider it a $2.50 donation to Mennonite Central Committee, which I'm sure does good work the world over. I'm saying that not as a Mennonite, but also because this is a early version, an early printing of the NIV from the days when the NIV was only in the New Testament. So before they had completed translation of the Old. You may be able to see here, copyright date 1973, New York Bible Society International, published by Zondervan Corporation, Grand Rapids, Michigan. There is not an ISBN that I can see, so was this in the days just prior to the introduction of that system? Suddenly can't recall when that was introduced. First printing, 100,000 copies in 1973, October of 73. Seventh printing, December of 74. So maybe someone can enlighten me on whether that means this is in the seventh printing or if this would be the eighth and not recorded here. I don't know how they designate such things. The NIV, this is the translation that I grew up using in the Church of the Nazarene. The first Bible I ever owned was a King James Bible given to me by my parents for Christmas when I was 7. And I still have that. The second Bible I ever owned was an NIV. And it is this Bible right here. Sorry, the editors will have to edit some here as I reposition my blue safety rectangle. It is worn and it's beginning to come apart. I don't remember when I received this, but my parents did, as you could see, have my name engraved on it. And this is the Bible I used for most of my youth and into college. The NIV Bible for us Nazarenes, and I suspect for a lot of evangelical type Protestant churches, was that happy middle ground. The NIV being translated around the same time that Mr. Kenneth Taylor was creating the Living Bible. So in our church, you could read the NIV because you were not an old stick-in-the-mud, rigid KJV reader or a loosey-goosey, radical Living Bible reader. This was the happy middle ground. I had a pastor once deploy one of the pastoral stories in a sermon that all pastors are required to deploy from time to time, in which he said, when he's out driving, everyone who drives faster than him is a maniac, and everyone who drives slower than him is a moron. I think we all feel that way sometimes. The moron KJV readers and maniac Living Bible readers were people we wanted to avoid, so we stuck with the NIV. Of course, I'm joking here, but there were limited options for translations for a Nazarene in the 1970s. Look how wonderful this book is. It's presumably faux leather, with very deep artificial grain on it. Bold, large letters, the New International Version. Symbol here, New Testament. We have a molded or pressed spine. Holy Bible, New International Version. New Testament, Zondervan. I am going to remove the hideous orange sticker and pray that it is successfully removed. The NIV for me is not my preferred translation today, but it holds a place of honor because of likely nostalgia, a condition to which I am maybe uniquely susceptible. From the watch I wear that is a clone of a 1980s, late 1980s Casio, to the writing utensils I choose, relatively new here in my collection of writing utensils, but from the 1970s as well. So the New International Version is a very old translation in my church and in my life. There are many passages that I have memorized from the NIV that if you went to a more liturgical church would be more familiar in another translation. By way of example, look at the very nice large print we have in this. The Eucharistic passages from 1 Corinthians. I learned them first in the NIV, and I heard my pastor read this many times, and when I was doing Nazarene Bible quizzing, I memorized it there. For I received from the Lord what I also passed on to you. The Lord Jesus, on the night he was betrayed, took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after supper, he took the cup, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this whenever you drink it, in remembrance of me. For whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." Many such examples, passages that I recall from years of attending a Nazarene church, participating in Bible quizzing. This hardcover was a quality introduction to a new translation at a time when new translations were suspect at best. It will probably stay in my collection just for the nostalgic value that it has. I never owned one like this, but I do now. Thanks for taking this brief tour of the early New International Version New Testament with me. I hope to see you here again next time.